You're not alone if you're unsure of how to let go of regret or if doing so is really a good objective. It's easy to reflect on the past and consider all the things you could have done differently, particularly after a year of such loss and change. Understanding how to learn from and ultimately let go of regret is helpful, regardless of whether your regrets are significant, like choosing to decline a scholarship in your final year of high school, or include regular exchanges when you've said something hurtful. There are those who claim, "I live my life with no regrets." But if we dig a little deeper, I think we'll see that almost everyone does. In this video, I will show you 10 financial mistakes that you'll regret later in life. And if you're new to the channel, then hit the subscribe button below for more life hack content. 1. Thinking you'll be rich after college. It's normal for young people to spend their entire day worried about the future. You probably have dreams of getting a house, going on trips, and getting your first car. All of these things are wonderful, but the reality is, the majority of young adults will never earn a living from their education, and we must simply accept this. While school may have its benefits, it can't teach you everything you need to know since the actual world is considerably different from the four walls of a classroom. It certainly doesn't explain how to run a successful business, have a happy marriage, or prevail in court. As regrettable as it may seem, the majority of individuals stop learning the day they leave school, which is a serious error that results in poverty and a life that isn't fulfilling. The wealthy don't let that stop them. In order to advance financially, they study skills outside the realm of official schooling. The wealthy realize early on that in order to advance financially, they must pursue skills outside the formal education. You see, the day you graduate from high school is the day your education really begins. Self-taught and lifelong learners make up the wealthy. 2. Lack of independent research. To succeed in today's world of rapid change, you must conduct your own research and design your own course. To see past any potential counter-arguments, you must learn how to critically evaluate the various ideas, beliefs, and points of view that people may hold. You won't ever know what might happen if you pursued a different path if you don't look past first impressions. It is simple to follow financial advice from those who have achieved success but have also made blunders. By taking advice from those who lack expertise but are successful in their own fields, your business won't expand. 3. Unnecessary expenditures. You tend to overspend because you want to be like the people you admire who are in similar circumstances to yourself. This may only lead to issues because it will be more difficult for you to save and earn more money after you've used this money for pointless things. But if it continues, your debt will eventually become unmanageable, preventing you from doing any of the typical adult activities like purchasing a home, getting hitched, or beginning a family. Even as a young person, your top priority should be establishing a strong financial foundation that can guarantee a successful future for you. Only after you have made money and paid off your debts can you do whatever you desire. You can create riches in the future in this way. 4. Easily giving up. We frequently believe that giving up is the simpler solution when times are rough. But in most circumstances, giving up is the biggest error you can make. A person becomes stronger and much better after enduring difficult situations and emerging on the other side. Don't give up if you feel trapped in your business or job. Every experience can teach us something. Thus, it only makes sense to push through any challenging circumstances. We frequently observe how long it takes for people to heal after giving up something significant or challenging. Don't give up if you want to achieve your objectives and succeed in what you want out of life. When you know how, even the most challenging things become simpler to execute. Learn how to persevere through the challenging periods in your life and use them as motivation for a brighter tomorrow. Gain ground on your objectives, succeed on that difficult course, or overcome any other hurdle life presents. 5. Blind investing. Before making any kind of investment, if you followed sound financial advice and did your homework, you would be aware of the significance of starting early. When learning how to invest, one of the most frequent mistakes beginners make is trying to buy shares that are expected to perform well too soon. This might be a fantastic idea, but you probably lack the knowledge necessary to accurately forecast which stocks or assets will do well over the long term. There are measures you can do to get started right now if you want to learn how to invest sensibly. Starting your investments as soon as feasible is a good idea. However, don't just invest any spare cash you have. Based on your objectives and level of risk tolerance, you must select an investment plan. Then, adhere to it. You should be able to succeed in the long run by making the proper decisions early on and throughout the process. The best way to learn about investing is to read some excellent books on the subject and speak with people who have made successful investments in the assets you want to acquire. Simply said, you must conduct research before making an investment. You can avoid the pain and despair that come with losing your hard-earned money by doing this. 6. Demanding immediate gratification. When it comes to achievement, nobody looks for or anticipates quick results. But there are times when choosing the easy path isn't the best strategy for success and fulfillment. If you prefer taking shortcuts, wasting money, and spending 40 hours a week in a dream world, you need to hear this message right away. Like anything else in life, success is inevitable if you work diligently and passionately to achieve your objectives. However, the issue is with some of the usual errors that young business owners and those pursuing their dreams make. The largest obstacle in a young person's life to experiencing any kind of achievement may be their need for instant pleasure. The youth are not willing to be patient to see their efforts through to the conclusion and expect the results they desire instantly because of social media and the instantaneous world we live in. Due to this constant pressure, today's youth tend to believe they can accomplish anything and lack an understanding of the difficulty of success. The to-do list of life consumes all your resources like there is no tomorrow, and as time passes, dreams and hopes also slip away. With these thoughts in mind, it is exceedingly challenging for anyone to ever accomplish anything significant. 7. Not setting aside any funds for retirement. You should take the initiative to start saving for retirement because your financial future is crucial. Everyone needs to think long-term, but young adults frequently struggle with it. In reality, the majority of them don't even understand the value in beginning the process of securing the future. Instead, they're overloaded with urgent requests and peer pressure, which makes it even more challenging to begin. You should try to avoid this kind of spending whenever you can, because you will regret not saving when you look back on your 20s and 30s and realize how simple it would have been to save if only you had prioritized a little longer ago. 8. Not preparing for emergencies. Not earning enough money to pay costs and unexpected expenses? You're not alone after all. The majority of Americans lament not having enough money on hand to cover these two issues. Even if you can't afford to set up a recovery goal for when an emergency occurs, it pays off emotionally to be ready for the unexpected because that will help boost your confidence and self-esteem, knowing that you will survive difficult times if they come. Having the money saved up is important because it helps prevent future stress and anxiety. One of the best pieces of advice you can take when you're just beginning your financial path is to put money into your emergency fund. This not only ensures that you have enough money to handle unforeseen costs, but it also demonstrates your confidence in yourself and your positive attitude for the future. 9. Buying too much house. Unquestionably, one of the most exciting periods in your life is buying your first house. However, if you buy more housing than you need or can afford, your financial condition may immediately suffer. Although it might not seem significant at the time, if you overbuy and own an expensive home for your salary, it will be challenging to save money in the long run. The secret is striking a balance between what you can currently afford and what you envision as your ideal home in the future. It's critical to understand that purchasing your first house entails taking on financial responsibilities. It is smart to choose a house that fits your needs in terms of size and price. The decision you make should be for your personal benefit, because in the end, it is you who bear the financial burden, not your friends or family. 10. Blaming others for your lack of success. We tend to find reasons to justify our actions and place the blame on others far too frequently. When anything goes wrong, it's simple to blame others, but you should really be taking responsibility for your own actions. It's not necessarily their fault you received a C+ on your exam just because you partied with your pals instead of studying. It is not exclusively your parents' fault that you spent $100,000 on college because they made you go. Accepting responsibility for your acts and realizing that you're ultimately responsible for your choices will help you age with fewer regrets. It's simple to point the finger at others for your failure, but this is rarely the real problem. The issue is that we are so self-centered and fixated on our flaws that we are unable to perceive what we can gain from the circumstance. Take a step back and consider how you might improve in order to go forward, rather than blaming others. Money mistakes you should never make include having regret with your choices, constantly convincing yourself that the world is against you, and lacking the funds to get started. Hopefully, this guide can help you avoid some of these common money mistakes and help you become a better decision maker around your money moving forward. And there you have it. Those are the 10 financial mistakes that you'll regret later in life. Thanks for watching. If you want to upgrade your life from what you have to what you deserve, click the subscribe button now.